I just need 2 minutes with Chief Paletti's permission and distinguished staff and councilmen and the rest of the group. I know everybody's tired and hungry. It took me about 2 hours to draft this Shafter College. I need 2 minutes. That's what you've given to everybody.
You got it.
How about it? Okay. Dear fellow City Council members and Chief Paletti and distinguished council members of the City of Reading, I am a father of 4 who have lived in Reading for 1 year from San Diego. In this short period of time, our residence has been approached by at least 3 aggressive homeless people begging and demanding some kind of need be met. They have actually come to our gated fence area unannounced, opened up, and one time while our front door was open, just walked into our home without knocking, alarming our family dogs, which met this person quite quickly. At another time in June, an angry homeless man knocked at our front door, and when my wife would not answer, he went and beat on our garage side door, yelling that he needed to come in and read our meter. This was a total misrepresentation, as my wife identified the meter reader half an hour prior to this event. My wife called me since I was not home. I told her to call the police. She did, and according to her, they responded, "It's just a prank played by a homeless person." Make no mistake, homelessness is a clear and present danger as a poverty is to any community. More needs to be done to ensure safety in our streets and our neighborhoods. Just yesterday, I was at the Reading Public Library just before closing, and the parking lot was full of people who seemed out of place in areas that should be deemed safe. I did not feel safe. People are pillaging trash containers on public and private property every week, in some areas every day in Reading, and that makes for unsanitary and unsafe environment for all who live here. Whether they are transits or actually homeless or both, who can discern anymore? It is obvious some are under the influence of drugs, narcotics, and alcohol, and this behavior is threatening and intimidating Reading's community's way of life. Poverty is dangerous and detrimental to a community because it reflects homelessness, helplessness, desperation, and in some cases promote action taken by these less fortunate people to resort to conditions that can be considered hostile, careless, and insensitive to the community when they are refused or do not get their needs met. I have given money to the homeless people before, and I have been asked many times. However, these individuals, some prey on the public's ignorance or motives for a portion of Reading's community who generally want to help them to succeed. This seems to be an attitude of expectancy. You owe me because of something that I need. I believe that coercing and soliciting someone at a gas pump with an empty 5-gallon can is completely unfair, out of bounds, and extremely wrong. We need to do some changing of the laws in our community which prohibit solicitation of this type anywhere in our state. Make no mistake, there are unseen forces whose sole permission is to devour and take out the human race. And no matter what your faith or belief system is, everyone understands that there are 2 forces at work in the universe, good and evil. Giving and being generous are part of being good, and that in itself is a good thing to do. But we all must have boundaries and use wisdom in our distribution methods. That includes being safe. Not everyone out there is. One way we can do this is to be alert, work together in Reading with security, police, and authorities, and come up with ideas that can benefit the homeless population with education, community services, ministry, not only to their outside physical needs, but their inside ones as well. Thank you, Chief Paletti and City Council and distinguished City of Reading members. Thank you.
Thank you.
When a young child is taken to the hospital who's been raped, do you have a female police officer available 24 hours a day, or is the child forced to be interviewed by a male officer alone in a room?
I can't guarantee there's a female police officer on duty all the time. The MOU with the Reading Police Officers Association says that they bid for their shift by seniority. Forcing senior female officers to bid for graveyard shifts is just not fair employment practice. We try to use advocates and others from One Safe Place and other things to accompany them to make them feel more comfortable. Sometimes we can delay those interviews until there's a female officer available. If they're more comfortable with that, they can request that. Sometimes if it's urgent and it's fresh and we want to be able to get the suspect in custody, there are times, unfortunately, that where may have to be a male.
So to answer your question, no. Do you have a follow-up? Next. please.
Hi, my name is Melody Fowler, and I'm a teacher here in this community. And I am excited about the local funding money that's coming our way to get the community and parents and families together to determine how the money's spent. But I don't think it's limited just to parents and grandparents, but everybody, because the kids, they are our future, the youth, they're important. So my question is there a way we can get affordable live scan screening so that it's not, because we go to West Camp every year and we have to pay about $80 or $90 to get parents scanned to volunteer, but anyone in the community who wanted to volunteer, business people, churches, anyone, is there a way to scan to make sure if they're working with children that we could get them scanned and cleared?
Is there a way to have a live scan for people that are working with children to make sure that they're safe? Did I catch that?
Right, we have to go to the sheriff, and it's like $90, $80 or $90 per person, per adult.
Okay.
So if we can make that more affordable, we could maybe more people would want to show up and volunteer. I mean, we have to really recruit people in our board meetings. I mean, you could hear the crickets. You know, we need parents, we need families, we need the community, business, churches to show up at these school board meetings. We need everyone to come together because it does start with our kids right there. That's where the problem begins.
Okay.
Some of the fees for live scan are set by the state of California, and then we have a rolling fee. I want to say ours is about $25, but it could be in addition to the state fees, and unfortunately, those are set by the state. We can't roll them for free, but certainly businesses or individuals could maybe sponsor someone to get that more affordable, especially for the nonprofits or the smaller schools.
Most of the fees are DOJ and FBI fees is the answer. That's the bulk of the fee that you're paying is what we have to forward to the state of California.
So the answer to that one is also no. Because their fees are already piled on the county and the city.